constantly writing about what I see, and what I see is America. I don't live anywhere else, but maybe that's not the case with, like, for instance, on Medication, which is, it's not, I wouldn't think of that as quintessentially Americana.
That's true, okay.
But, that's just the power of music, I mean, I heard Eastern influence Indian stuff through the Beatles and George Harrison. Just developed an interest that way, even though I have no direct experience with it other than eating in Indian restaurants.
Okay. There you go. And for all of the, history and stuff of America that you bring up in this album, like, when you look back into the past of our country, like, what do you see? Is it, because I get kind of a bittersweet feeling about it, like there's some good and there's some bad and there's somewhere in between. Is that correct, or?
Oh, sorry, what was the first part of the question?
Saying, like, I understand you make a lot of references to American history in this album, and when you kind of look back at the history of the country, do you see it as a proud thing, a good thing, or is it something that was negative, or, somewhere in between, or?
Somewhere in between. I mean, overall there's more good than bad, but, a lot of painful mistakes along the way, and a lot of that's still being played out and lived out, with New Orleans being an example of that.
Right. And are am I right, there's some references to, the George Bush and politics these days? Are you trying to draw parallels with, with things that happened in the past, or is it just kind of observation, or?
It's mostly observation. I mean, I think maybe partially what I'm trying to throw out there is that, maybe more attention needs to be paid to the past so as not to repeat the same mistakes. With a song like Jet Pilot, which, is definitely inspired by someone like current leader, it's more of a cautionary statement, nothing more, just that I don't believe in, people of privileged backgrounds, making their way into politics through, favoritism and political influence.
And talking about the kind of contrast between your solo records and the band, are you interested in doing more solo? Will that be something you'll continue doing, or?
Hope to, continue doing solo stuff. The primary focus now being Sunvolt, for the foreseeable future. So see how that plays out, but hope to continue doing solo stuff and maybe other side projects as well.
And any, definite plans on that, or just?
There's one thing at Dawn that I did with Anders Parker. Still just kind of looking for the live day, but it's done.
And I don't know how you feel about Wilco questions. I know that's something that you get quite a lot, but seeing that, you guys started out in one band and then went in, sort of different directions, and and I think see Wilco, that they sort of changed their sound on every album or something, has gone, in radical different directions. Do you find a familiarity in what, you're doing with Sunvolt, or do you see, other kinds of evolutions for you, or does that make any sense?
I'm open to the idea of changing things around, but I don't look at making records like from a fashion perspective. It's not.
Okay.
If I feel like staying with the fundamentals, I'll do it, even if it means that you suffer the wrath of the fashionista music press or whatever.
Right. Okay. what else would you want to talk about for your tour here? How's it been going? You know, getting the band back out in front of crowds, or anything about your show coming up here in Boulder?
Yeah, I mean, the touring's been going well. I think we're just kind of hitting a stride. I mean, there's always a kind of an evolution and confidence building, I think, that comes from touring, you know. So
right.
Just kind of looking forward to the rest of it.
And I think I'm coming up on my time pretty soon here. One more question about Woody Guthrie. I know that the reference, the album title is a reference to where he was born, right?
Right, Okima.
And then also one of your lyrics for the second part, or?
Right, it's taken from that song,
okay.
Atmosphere.
So what's the interest in Woody Guthrie?
You know, he's someone that I was exposed to early on, and he, to me, has always been kind of point of reference. He represents someone that, you know, always sort of took on social injustices as he saw it, but I mostly was just being reacquainted with this stuff and rediscovering it through my own children, you know, who have Woody Guthrie books and CDs and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Because there's a lot of Woody Guthrie children's stuff out there, so I was just kind of becoming reacquainted with it, really.
So it gets kind of passed down to the next, you know, generation of
right.
people. And is that's kind of what I was getting at with the American music question. Like, I mean, do you see yourself as part of a, you know, American musical tradition, you know, maybe that started with him and goes on, or how would you describe that kind of music?
His music or my music?
Well, I guess I'm putting them together, and I don't know if that's right. First of all, but kind of that tradition of American, you know, kind of Midwestern American music.
I'm not sure. I guess that's for someone else to decide what it is and what label to put on it. I'm just more concerned with writing.
Right.
And trying to make sure that end of it's under control.
All right. Well, sounds good. I will let you go unless there's anything else you'd like to add.
Thanks for asking.